Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Barndo. What I'm going to show today is our last war where we lost. We had a 12 win streak, we're back to 0 now. It's good to get a loss every now and again to open up, see some new attacks, see where we've messed up, and yeah. Basically for those guys, I can't really pronounce their name, it's some Asian name with a 2 at the end. They've done Hoff. They've also done Chip, JDam as our 2 lowest 10s, and Barndo 81p. So they have picked on the lower guys, but I'll show their attacks and make sort of my comments, and hopefully my guys and other people get to learn something. Now what's happened here with Hoff is he's got a big open walk base, and as we sort of learnt, JDam learnt this lesson a little while ago, it's hard with your Town Hall 9 defences to sort of have this base as a well defensive base. It does work in some wars, but other wars it just gets smashed. And this guy didn't have max heroes, so that sort of makes it worse. As you see, he drops that first freeze, gets a good chunk of his defenses in the middle. And the back Inferno, as we sort of know. He's saved his jump for the end, that's to get him out of the base. So really simple Gowipe. It's just one of those things. He used a couple minions at the end here, that's to get these cannons, and the fact there's no red bombs or anything by those is, yeah. So where he's got his G bombs as well, you can see he's probably got 2 over here. They're not the best places. You do want them sort of as the wizards approach into the middle, and that's to get a good chunk. We saw last war I replayed Rhett's attack, and he lost 8 wizards in the middle. He still had a 60% attack, but it would have got a lot further if he had those 8 wizards. Just got to exit out and get the old sound on. Now, second attack that I'll show is versus Chip, and this was a Queen Walk, really good Queen Walk. What he's done is he's used 5 healers and hounds and loons at the end. No freeze. What's good to see about this attack is he hasn't used a freeze, because he's gone in and aimed his queen at the multi-inferno and got it quite successfully. So what he does, he opens up the wall down the bottom here for the queen, so that gives her an option of where she's going to path to. She'll now go in and start pew-pewing away, so she'll keep coming all the way down here. As we know, Queen Walks, it's all about the time, so he gets ready to go down here. So that's what he's going to do, is he's going to send in his king with just 3 wizards, and it's a brilliant strategy. If he had have waited probably 5 more seconds, he could have then got this air defense down, but because that wizard killed one of his wizards, so it's got a fanny hair worth of health left on the air defense, but just those few seconds more and he would have done it. So that's what I mean with the G-bomb placements, just a little bit better. So because it was so low on health, that air defense, the hound by itself has killed it, and we all know they've got around 12 DPS. Good use of his haste, good use of his rages, and he's absolutely smashed it. Still got a hound that's not even popped. Just a really solid Queen Walk. So we've seen that base is quite a common base still. There are a lot of variations out there. Now JDam's base, I think he'll be changing this now. That's why I'm showing it. I don't like to show our bases if we're going to be keeping them, using them in a war. And what we see with JDam's base here is he goes for a 3 healer Queen Walk. He's also got a golem for his king. But what we can have a look at the bottom of JDam's base is he's got quite easy to get to. 2 air defense, 3 archer towers, wizard tower, blower, and the queen. They're all right there and very simple to get to. So I will show some of their bases later on that I thought were quite good.
If you dig it, you can find it right now at their Triple J Unearthed page. East was before that, and the Skrillex remix.
So again, JDam's only just gone Town Hall 10 recently, that's why he's still obviously got his level 1 Infernos. So he's only got the level 9 defences. Pops his queen to kill their queen. He didn't even take a poison for the clan castle, so he's kind of gone a little bit risky, but now we're talking a level 38 Queen, 25 King, level 1 haste. He's quite low in capacity of offensive capabilities, but he's just analysed his base really well. The one thing with the level 1 Infernos is your loons can ride those for a bit, so it's hard for JDam. He's sort of not sure where to upgrade and what to do. It's never a good thing being 3-starred as a Town Hall 10. You do sort of hope that you're going to only get 2 at the most. It's very hard as a brand new Town Hall 10. That's it. That was the attack versus that. Now I won't show the attack versus 81B as I'll keep using this base. What I will do is I'll show 81B did take 3 attacks before that, so I took the 4th attack to get him, and that was a LavaLoon. So really a good high level LavaLoon should still be able to get you 9.5s. One thing that was interesting was it took them 7 attacks to be able to get down Barndo 80, and that was just for a 2-star. And what was funny about that was their number 2. Look at his units. I'm sure this is a strategy. Level 5 Wiz, level 4 Golems, max heroes. So he's not even got, you know, max units, but he did the best out of all of them. It was funny. I did get a few defense. We've not done that well in our attacking ourselves. We've only hit a 1-star on 2 of their bases, and we did leave a couple of the 9s. What I'm going to do is show some of these bases that impressed me, and we'll have a look at their defences. So 3 attacks versus the number 5, 3 attacks versus the number 8 and the number 11. So I'm going to show 5, 8 and 11. So base number 5 is what we were talking about with those big open walk bases, but if you do notice, he's got these max defences, and that absolutely changes the capacity of these bases. So it is only the 3 deep on each side. That is a bit of a weakness in the end, because your Queen will shoot it from outside the wall. But this soaked 3 attacks for us, and we didn't get a 2-star versus it. So you do see that he's got cannons in the bases, but they're back and hidden by these elixir and mines. So you can't just shoot it straight away with 1 minion. That's a big difference than what we saw with Hoff's base. Now number 8. Number 8, Teslas were here. You had G-bombs all around the place. Now, I did try and LavaLoon this myself, but because he had the hound in the clan castle, I did and ah whether I should draw that hound out, and ultimately I should have drawn the hound out and taken that to the start of the base, because once I tried to get inside, killing the hound with everything that was coming out, I didn't get my aim, which was the air defense, blower and the inferno. But that took a few attacks. It's not a bad base. Again, max defenses on the base though, and that certainly does help. And number 11. Now I attacked this with Barndo 81B and with Barndo 80, and it's still only got a low 60% 2-star. So what I like about this base is he uses his Town Hall really well. He's not too worried about a 2-star, but 2-stars aren't the problem for this base. It's, as he's the lower and he's got the level 9 Town Hall 9 defences, he wants to try to use everything he possibly can. It's a good centred clan castle, so it's not that easy to be able to draw. And that Town Hall there means if you want to come in from this direction, you've got high hit points soaking it before you even get to your Inferno. Now, with the Infernos at a good separation, you then got to get all the way through the middle of the base, and this Inferno is soaking you at all the times. So they're 3 of the Town Hall 10s that did sort of impress me. They were good maps. I mean, every base is going to have a weakness, but they did well against us. I'm going to show all of their level 9 bases. They were quite impressive. This took a good LavaLoon off me, and mainly because I did mess my jump. I'll just get the paint gun out. So my intention was to wall breaker into there and then jump into that section that I would do with my normal 2 golems, king, queen, and go from there. And I should have been able to get the 2 air defense, the queen, the expo, whiz tower, all those little bits and pieces. But unfortunately my jump was just a touch off, which forced all of my units to run into there and then jump in. That caused my queen to deviate. But what I like about this base is it looks different. It's something that's entirely different than the normal maps you'll see out there. These air defenses are very close together, which means the air element is going to be quite easy to get to them. But it worked. It took a big attack off me. Next base I'll show again was a little bit different. The queen is quite segregated away from these air defences, but for me, I'll get the old paint out again. For me, I just sent a golem there, a golem there. I sent, no, ignore that. I sent 2 loons at that cannon, and then I just put a jump there. So this base wasn't too hard to destroy in the end. As you see, it got the 3-star, and I jumped there. That sent everything in. I got the 2 air defences, and the queen lived for ages. And she came in towards the 3rd. Then I sent the air in from the bottom. But all in all, it still to me looks like a decent base. He does have max defences. It was quite easy to get for me, but I think this would take quite a few attacks. It did take Polar Bear, one of our guys, did quite poor in it. This base here I missed with Barndo 05, that's my lower of the 2. Again we see the queen sitting over by the town hall. It's a good soaker, like I've said before. Your air defences are quite far away from your queen to stop people that are going to be doing LavaLoons. Now we see lots of open spaces, and these are important in building Town Hall 9 bases. We see all these open spaces here, and they're all in between defences. All of these spaces here could be possible double G-bomb spots, and that's what you want when you're building a Town Hall 9 base. You want to make sure that you've got more than 2 possibilities of where you can have your double giant bombs, because the old G-bangers 2 together is dead hogs. A good base. I got 98. I was a bit disheartened. It was just time that stopped me, but for low level defences it took a pretty strong attack. And this is their lowest. I think this was their lowest, Town Hall 9. Again we see they've got these air defences away from the queen. He did have 1 expo on ground. It wasn't that hard a base to get. I'll just put a little mark where I was. I sent 2 wall breakers into there. I sent a golem at that, and then a golem where the other cross was, and I jumped here. So that wasn't too hard a map to destroy in the end once you get the heroes down the bottom there. But what I was impressed with all of their Town Hall 9 bases was there was thought process into all of them. You can see again all these big open spots that I talked about for your Town Hall 9s and even Town Hall 8s. So you've got a space there, you've got a space there, you've got spaces in the middle here, here, here. Now they're all good to be able to make it confusing to plan an attack versus these bases. Last thing I'm going to show is their number 18 base. This did mess a few of our guys up, and our 8.5 had to get it. These are what we're looking at for your Town Hall 8s. Your clan castle's quite a good seclusion. It's in the middle there, so you've got to kill something and spend a few units to be able to draw it out. And again, you've got all these big open spots. So you've got a spot there, that could be your double giant bombs. It is quite hard to hide them too much. There could be some here, there could be one there. So he's got more than 2 options out, again, of where the giant bombs were. I'm not sure which side it was. I didn't watch all of the attacks versus it, but this got 2 0-star defense, and to get that, our guys need to be looking at their attacks quite hard and saying, well, that was shit house, but still the base itself is a good base, and that's a few of the reasons why. The blowers blowing away from his air defences. They're all very centred, so they're quite hard to get to. Yeah, overall, a war like that, we obviously want to get straight back into the winning circle, but it's good to get these losses so we can improve and we can see, well, this is what these guys are doing and how they're succeeding. This clan, looking at their stats, they've only had 3 losses, so you can see why they've only had 3 losses, but we definitely shouldn't have lost by 9 stars. That was very poor on our behalf. But other than that, I hope this has helped, and clash on.